What up? What up? What up? Straight to the hit the notifications and share the video too. To the entire Lions Den basketball and boxing communities, and salute to all my subs been rocking with me. Let's get right into it. All right, now, um, JJ Redick, um, he has addressed a problem with the Lakers that I think that possibly, and I can't even, I can't even disagree with him as bad as I want to. Disagree with JJ Redick, and that is the lack of front court depth for the Lakers, particularly when we talk about Anthony Davis and the job that he did last season. I mean, Anthony Davis, when he is healthy, and I'm talking about Anthony Davis when he was, what's up with it? The brother Nola, Boy Sports and News is in the building. Shout out to my brother James. Definitely go sub to Nola Boy Sports and News. And shout out to the whole boot. Shout out to Louisiana, Lake Charles, Baton Rouge, Nolens, you know what I'm saying, Shreveport, from the 318 to the 504. Salute to all y'all. Now, oh, you can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Push one if y'all can hear me. Push one if y'all can hear me, man. Let me get a mic check. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. If not, I have to start this live over again. Let me know if y'all can hear me, man. I think YouTube is trying to mute me. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me, man. Probably gonna have to. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, I'm good. All right. All right, here we go. Now, the lack of front court depth, yes, that is a problem. I'm not even gonna lie. Anthony Davis, he did it. I can't even front up until the last game when he played the Nuggets and he so-called hurt his shoulder. Because I'm like, man, you got to go ahead and play through that. You getting on the ground and everything. You want to be reminiscent of what we've known you for the past couple of seasons, getting on the ground, crying, and all that other stuff. But for the most part, Anthony Davis, he pretty much was the best player on that team. And on top of that, he was the runner-up for one of the runners-up for Defensive Player of the Year. I felt like he did have a chance to win the DPOY. Of course, we didn't want Rudy Gobert, but it could have been either Wemby or it could have been Anthony Davis, the way that he was playing. Both on both ends of the floor, and I like the way that he was playing defense this year, especially when it came to the rebounds and block shots too as well. And Bam could have got it too. Bam is in the argument too. I feel like Bam a couple of these seasons, Bam could have been defensive player of the year, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to talk about that. AD has to go out there this season and flat out not give a fuck. Okay, he got to flat out not give a fuck. If you notice and you go back and you go back, in time, and you look at AD when he first came out of Kentucky, that's really how AD would play. But somehow, some way, through the injuries and the whole mental and everything, AD, he kind of lost. I'm not going to say that he lost his talent. AD has to play with an edge, man. You know what I'm saying? Because AD is, let's just call it what it is. He's as tired of the whole circus show as everybody else is. And the only way that they're going to be taken serious and AD is going to be taken serious is you've got to be like, fuck everybody else, fuck what everybody's thinking. You need to go out there and you need to flat out just ball your ass off. If you're hurt or whatever, you need to dust that shit back off and go ahead, because there are a lot of people are already expecting the Lakers to fail anyway. Because think about it, man. You signed it. We got the whole nepotism thing going on with LeBron James and Bronny James. Then on top of that, you got LeBron James, who is 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? Who feel like he still can run a team, still can run a show, still can run the league, which we all know that that's not the case. All right. And then you have a coach who has never coached before. Yeah, you played in the NBA, and you were a spot-up shooter, as a role player and everything. But you have never been on the bench. You've never been on the NBA bench coaching. So a lot of there's not very high expectations for you. This is the perfect time for AD to go ahead and play with a chip on your shoulder. Really, honestly, you should have been playing with a chip on your shoulder from the get. You should have been playing with a chip on your shoulder from the get. Okay, you should always go out and play with a chip on your shoulder, even if all the odds are not stacked against you. You still got to play with chips on your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? You want to know why Larry Bird succeeded? It was because he played with a chip on his shoulder. You want to know why, guys like Kareem and guys like Kobe, because they played with a chip on their shoulder. Each and every game, I don't care how big the game is, I don't care if it's regular season, unfortunately, in-season tournament, you have got to play with a chip on your shoulder this year. That's how AD has to play. Flat out. And to be honest with you, that's what he was doing. And I like that AD was looked at as the best player on the team. You know why? Because that's how it needs to be. AD needs to snap. Don't let somebody pass you the torch. You got to go and snatch that torch. You got to go snatch that torch. You got to go out there and you got to say, nah, man, fuck all this. Hey, LeBron, you had your time. Let me take over. Let me do this. You think that you could do everything? Look, I could do everything too. Now, here's what the tricky thing is about that is. They don't want. Listen, nobody wants AD to get hurt no more than the Lakers organization. Okay, so That's a tricky situation because if he balls out, we've known that for that to happen. AD will go on a stretch where he's balling out like 10, 15 games and everything. Hey, what's up with it, Angelo Bell? I see you in the building, man. Salute to you. What's up with it, Ted? I see you in here, man. AD has got to go out there and ball. But he'll go out there and he'll ball for a stretch of 10, 15 games straight. Okay? And then next thing you know, he's on the ground again. No, you can't have none of that. If you get a little knick-knack injury, really honestly, a lot of the guys, a lot of the superstars in the past, they used to kind of hide their injuries or whatever, but you'll hear it when they would be commentating. They'll be like, yeah, he's still bothered by that elbow that he took to his rib, or he's still kind of suffering from the rolled ankle that he suffered like 2 games ago, but nevertheless he's still out there playing or something like that. It ain't like now. It's like, he's on the ground hollering, crying, my neck and my back and all this other stuff, making it a whole dramatic movie like this Saving Private Ryan or Forrest Gump, where Forrest Gump is carrying Bubba or some shit like that. We need to come on and get real. You got to be like, look, I'm hurt. Get the fuck back up. Because look, if I'm gonna give the smoke to Joel Embiid, AD got to get the smoke, but I'm not gonna give him the smoke as much because last year I felt like he did a tremendous job. It's just that when he got hurt at the wrong time, and I felt like him and Zion, and as well as Donovan Mitchell could have played. And this is another thing. I don't know why they keep putting Donovan Mitchell at the top above. I know this is off the subject, but I needed to talk about this. I saw this somewhere. I think somebody said Donovan Mitchell was better than Anthony Edwards. No, he's not. No, he's not. And I'm going to do a video about that. Anthony Edwards is head and shoulders above Donovan Mitchell right now. Okay, so let's stop it. Donovan Mitchell doesn't know how to progress in the playoff. Anthony Edwards does. Let's just stop it with the nonsense. And then on top of that, if we're going to go there, as low as the percentage as Anthony Edwards might shoot, he was nowhere near what Donovan Mitchell was. At one point, Donovan Mitchell was shooting percentage was horrible. You said Ja is better than Donovan too. Yeah, when he's healthy and when he's playing, yeah. But see, Ja Morant, what he needs to do, man, he just needs to, see, I don't want what happened to Derrick Rose to happen to Ja Morant. You know what I'm saying? Because the style that Ja Morant plays, because he's not a big guy. You know what I'm saying? He don't get me wrong, he's 6'2", 6'3" and everything, but he's not a huge bulky guy or anything like that. So that reckless style that he plays, you know what I'm saying, cocking it back all the way to your foot, you know what I'm saying, them funky ass dunks that he's doing in the air, jumping from the distance that he jumps from, and then when he I'm hoping one day, because he jumps so high in the air and he's trying to catch a body every single play, that is going to catch up to him. And him flying in the air, falling on the ground the way that he does or whatever, he land wrong, guess what? His career may be in question. So that's something that I don't want to happen to Ja Morant, but I digress. The thing about Anthony Davis is it's gonna come a time in where we're gonna be talking about him like everybody's talking about now. Like I think Ticket was talking about yesterday about Kawhi Leonard needing to retire or whatever. Well, if Anthony Davis keeps on getting hurt Every time he turn around, he's hurt or something like that. You might have to say the same thing about AD. Yeah, he's tremendous when he's healthy, and it's the same thing with Kawhi. Yeah, they're tremendous when they're healthy, but what about all of the percentage of games that they missed? What about that? AD has got to go out there and not give a fuck. He can't give a fuck about LeBron. He can't give a fuck about Bronny James. Bronny James, you know what I'm saying? I know he young, he don't know what's going on, he green and everything, but fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm hey, Bronny James should get the harsh treatment. I want Bronny James to succeed, but he's gonna get the harsh treatment. It's kind of like a child that steps into the world and doesn't know what to expect. He's gonna get a harsh treatment. He's gonna get a dose of the reality check where people were into saying good morning to you. When you wake up in the morning, where your parents or your mom or your dad, everybody saying good morning to you. You know what I'm saying? You eating breakfast. You know what I'm saying? They get you, getting you ready for school. They encouraging you when you go out, throughout your day. At school they coddle you. Hey, good morning. In elementary school and all that other stuff. But then comes the real, right? When you get a certain age or whatever, you know what I'm saying. Then you step out. Oh, it's the real. You say AD is my guy. Yeah, he's my guy too. But I don't make no excuses for him. You can be my guy all day. You need to step the fuck up. This is your team, man. You need to step up. You can't worry about Rob Pelinka. You can't worry about Jeannie Buss. You can't worry about none of that stuff, man. You got to go out there and you got to play, man. What is this guy doing? Let's go. Yeah. So you could be my guy all day. Like AD, like Anthony Edwards, he needs to step it up. You know what I'm saying? He got to step it up. Definitely Joel Embiid. Y'all, a lot of y'all think that I got something personal against Joel Embiid. I don't have nothing personal against him. Matter of fact, I want Joel Embiid to succeed or whatever. But the reality of it is that he's not. So you could be my guy all day. If you're not stepping up, hey, you're gonna get the smoke. This is what you signed up for. I mean, hopefully you didn't just come to LA just to be the sidekick or just to be, the second fiddle, the whole time. What people wanted you listen, what you're supposed to do is really carry the mantle. Like you're supposed to carry the mantle like what when Magic came to the Lakers or whatever, he eventually, he took over after Cap was already there. And it was the same thing, after Shaq had left the Lakers or whatever. Then guess what? It evolved into Kobe's team. That's what's supposed to be happening. So you got to give another season and even if it hurts, you're gonna have to go out there, man. A lot of people felt like you could have played through that injury that you had, that you with your shoulder or whatever. Now, true enough, we don't know what's going on in a person's body. But if it's me, I'm gonna do everything that I can, especially when we're put in a position where we can win. Now, if I feel like I'm doing more damage than good to the team, then okay, I'm gonna sit my ass down. Like in the case of Joel Embiid, like I said, he should have sat his ass down. But in the case like Zion Williamson, or in the case with the whole issue with Donovan Mitchell, Them guys should have played. They were in position. They were in a good position where their teams could have won and did the unthinkable. So yeah, I get that their front court depth in terms of the Lakers. AD, he doesn't have as much help as he'd like in terms of the front court, but I'm not gonna cut AD a whole bunch of slack or whatever because y'all were in position last year to actually defeat the Denver Nuggets. Y'all were leading pretty much every game, to my knowledge. There were times when y'all had 20-point leads and stuff like that. No, you you just could not sustain it. And listen, we all know that it wasn't all AD's fault. You know what I'm saying? It's a collective effort and everything. So when you lose that lead or whatnot, hey, it's a collective effort. Even though that both of y'all might have had just as big a part in it in terms of the collapse. Now I want to talk about the Dallas Cowboys for a second, man. Now they got the win against the Giants last night. That's a confidence builder. One thing I will say about Dallas, if you notice this about the Dallas Cowboys can be dangerous on the road, and this is the reason why. Is because they don't have that much pressure on the road. Think about it. When they play at home, guess what? They're under pressure. Just like when Green Bay beat them, yeah, a win is a win. A win is a win, but on the road, that's an important win. And let me tell you why, Ted. Dallas Dallas can actually do the unthinkable and win on the road. You know what I'm saying? Because when, like, think about it. In Cowboy Stadium, there's so much pressure because when people think of the Cowboys, they think about the stadium. They think about the bright lights. Oh, you're playing right there, so you have to win. It's like it's like this weekend place is Alabama and Georgia, right? They're gonna be in Alabama. They're gonna expect you to win in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Even though Saban's not there anymore, they're expecting you to win or whatever because it's Alabama. They're the Crips. They're the Crips and Tide. There's heavy ass expectations. Well, it's the same thing with Dallas, even though that they haven't won any championships in quite some time and everything like that. They are still expecting the Cowboys just perform, and the pressure is going to be on Dallas rather than that other team. That other team is going to be playing like they ain't got nothing to lose. But here's the key thing, though. Okay, they are running Micah Parsons and they are running Trayvon Diggs. They're running them to the ground. Both of those guys. Diggs had an injury. I think he had an injury to his calf or something like that. Michael Parsons, if they keep on running him, running him around, here, there, everywhere and stuff like that, well, guess what? If you lose Parsons, I understand Diggs was a big help. If you lose Parsons, guess what? Now you got two main guys that are very important that are going to be out. Bland is not there. Deron Bland, I don't think people realize the importance of a Deron Bland. So you lose Parsons, and that's what people got to be afraid of. Yes, we know that you can do it. Yes, you're all over the place. Yes, you know, you could be here, there, everywhere, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But people already think that Zimmer is a trash defensive coordinator, and I agree with it. You know what I'm saying? Like a defensive coordinator to me is what Brian Flores is doing with Minnesota right now. And Brian Flores, he took a lot of criticism or whatever. I said, nah, I like Brian Flores. You may not like his attitude or whatever, but you know, some people can deal with it, some people can't. You know, like that's the thing. They like coaches on offense and coaches on defense. I want you to look at their coaching style and the difference between an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. Okay, I want you to look at their attitudes. Their attitudes is completely different, and it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. Defense, as a defensive guy, you got to be nasty. You got to have some. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about what you got going on. I don't give a fuck what happened in your day today. I don't give a fuck about what you ate for breakfast. I don't give a fuck if you're sick. I don't give a fuck if you're hurt. I don't give a fuck if your wife cheated on you. I don't give a fuck, you know, what's going on in your life. Nigga, I'm coming out here to make your life a living hell. And if you don't like that shit, get the fuck off the field. That's what the coach's mentality is. Off the field or whatever, okay, look, we can settle whatever bullshit that you got. But on that field, niggas ain't thinking about none of that bullshit. None of it. It's a mean, nasty, violent game. It's supposed to be violent. That's what Ray Lewis said. It's supposed to be violent. It's not supposed to be for babies. It's not a daycare. It's not something that's soft. Nothing is soft. I had a coach that told me one time, and I'm talking about in basketball, the only thing I like soft are my biscuits and my women around me. That's it. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. That man, what is going on? Man, you said the 49ers own Dak? Yeah, I mean, I would say Fred Warner owns Dak. And you know what? You said Cowboys beat up bum team. No mama's boys allowed. Listen, man. Dak is better on the road, with the exception of, like you said, the 49ers and everything. I really feel like, man, and this is my last point right here, man. The Cowboys, the way that they're going to win this season is really, honestly, by them making the game ugly. Like how they played last night, that's the way that they're going to have to win. If you notice about Kansas City, Ted, if you notice about Kansas City makes the game ugly. Now, Pat Mahomes, as good as he is and everything, Pat Mahomes can play a shitty game at times. Shout out to HDI TV. Now, um, I I I agree with what HDI says about Pat Mahomes. I disagree with him just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because like, okay, he said that Pat Mahomes is um, he's a great football player, but he sucks as a quarterback. I disagree with that. Now he's where he sucks as a quarterback. Okay, is throughout like his regular season, he plays horrible, but he heats up during the playoffs. He's still cerebral. He's still a dynamic guy that you got to watch out for. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to go that far and say that he sucks as a quarterback, because if he sucks as a quarterback, they wouldn't have him at that position. He's not no what you call a game manager or nothing like that. Nah, he makes plays and he makes shit happen. The defense has held him up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, in a sense, I kind of agree with HDI on what he's saying, and I kind of understand where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? And for those of y'all that's not, yeah, you gotta win ugly sometimes. But see, that's the thing, Ted. What was the Patriots known for? They were known for an elite defense. That's what people forget. They think it was all Brady. It was all Brady. Tom Brady had a lot to do with it, but they had a dynamic defense, right? Think about who they had. You had Junior Seau, right? You had Harrison. You know what I'm saying? That defense, man, the Patriots defense, they were structured. You know what I'm saying? They were just as good as the Ravens defense. Only difference that the Ravens had a little bit more. They had a little bit more nasty to them. The Steelers, they had a little bit more nasty to them. But that AFC defense during that time, when you talk about the Steelers, when you talk about the Patriots, when you talk about the Ravens, man, you didn't want to come through there. You didn't want to come through there. But listen, man, I got to roll out. Make sure y'all hit that like, sub to the channel if you're not a member. Also hit the notifications as well. Straight to the point. Sports and entertainment. Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den, basketball, and boxing community. Till then, I'll let you later.